SubhanAllah, today inshallah we'll talk about the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, do not hurt my companions, and none of you will reach the half of what one of my companions did in his life. Some people, they get angry when you say to them, this Sahabi radiallahu anhu. He say, how do you know Allah radiallahu anhu? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentioned in the Quran, لَقَدْ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذْ يُبَايِعُونَكَ تَحْتَ الشَّجَرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is already pleased with the believers when they make their pledge with you, Rasulullah, under the tree. And those Sahaba, they were, as the hadith, they say, 1,400 people. So you can basically say it's most of the people who were Muslims in Medina. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, the Prophet ﷺ, somebody gave him a gift like a jubbah, like it's a long dress, open from the front, but it's made from silk. And then the Sahaba used to catch this jubbah, and they see how amazing it is. And the Prophet ﷺ told them, you think that this is a nice one? They say, yes, Rasulullah, we never seen like this before. He told them, إن مناديل سعد ibn Mu'adh, and this is mentioned in the Sahih, Hadith Sahih. The handkerchiefs, the tissues of Sa'd ibn Mu'adh in Jannah is better than this dunya and what's on it. Imam Nawawi, he said the handkerchiefs is the one that the people, they keep it in their hand and they clean their sweat with it or use it to clean their stuff. When we look at Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, the Prophet ﷺ, he said in a correct hadith, the throne of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was shaking for the death, got shaken for the death of Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. That's why the Aus, they were showing off in front of the Khazraj. They say, we have someone that the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shaked for his death. And we have a person of us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected him from the mushrik to touch his body after he died. This is Asim ibn Thabit. Like he made a pledge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he will never shake hand with a disbeliever. And then he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect him after his death. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he sent some Sahaba, Amr ibn Malik, they say the person, his nickname Mula'ab al-Asinna, he came to the Prophet ﷺ, he listened to him and he did not become a Muslim. And then he said to the Prophet ﷺ, can you send with me some Sahaba so they can teach the people Islam? The Prophet ﷺ, he said, I'm scared for if I send some companions with you, the people of Najd, the people who did not become Muslim on the other side of Arabia, will hurt them, will do something wrong. He said, I am protecting, and inni lahum jar. I protected them. Once they reached to a place called Bi'r Ma'una, and then the people, Amr ibn Tufail, he saw them, and then he called his people, and 100 people with arrows, they come and behind these Sahaba, and they killed some of them. One of them was Sayyidina Thabit ibn Asim, or Asim ibn Thabit. When the mushriks, they wanted to take his body, he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, Allah, do not make the mushrik touch my body. And subhanallah, once his body was there, the mushrik, they want to get his body after he got killed shaheed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent some bees, and they protected him from the mushrik to catch him. They say, wait until the night comes, these bees will go away, and then we take his body, because the people in Mecca, they want his body because he killed one of their leaders in Mecca. So they can get some money for this. And then when the night came, and then they want to go, and then like a huge wind came and with a lot of rain, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take his body and covered it, and they never catch his body later on. Sayyidina Ubay ibn Ka'b, one of his manaqib, one of his great things in Islam, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Ubay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me to you need to read Surah Lam Yakun to me, Surah Al-Bayna to me. And then Sayyidina Ubay, he said, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned my name. He said yes. And then Sayyidina Ubay, he started crying, and then he recited this surah, لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقدموا بين يدي الله ورسوله. This is the beginning of Surah Al-Hujurat. Thabit ibn Qais, he used to be a person, he has a loud voice, and he used to talk in front of the Prophet ﷺ, and this ayah came down. The ayah الذين لا تقدموا بين يدي الله ورسوله means basically in a simple way, all Muslims or all believers, whenever there is a ruling in Islam, do not put suggestions to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger they should do. You need to see if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said something about it, or the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said something about it, and then you need to follow. Do not give your opinion in advance to Allah and his messenger. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقدموا بين يدي الله ورسوله واتقوا الله إن الله سميع عليم. And then the ayah came after, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا ترفعوا أصواتكم فوق صوت النبي. When Sayyidina Thabit ibn Qais, he used to have a loud voice, as we said, he heard this ayah, he said, I am the person who used to raise his voice in front of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The ayah says that your good deeds will be vanished, and تحبط أعمالكم وأنتم لا تشعرون. And then he said, I'm one of the people of the fire. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he missed him. He said, where is Thabit? They said, Rasulullah, he said so and so. He said, no, go tell him that he is one of the people of Jannah. This ayah does not belong to him. When we see Sayyidina Sa'id ibn Zayd, who is Sa'id ibn Zayd? What's his importance in Islam? Anybody knows anything about Sayyidina Sa'id ibn Zayd? Or his wife that was married to she was the sister of who? It's like a great Sahabi became a great Sahaba. Huh. I'm just saying this because I see you getting sleepy. One of the greatest Sahaba, his sister was his wife was a sister to one of the great Sahaba, and he became a Muslim. Make it easier for you. Once he read the Quran. Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, yes. Sayyidina Sa'id ibn Zayd, he's one of the 10 people who are going to Jannah. And when you look at Sa'id ibn Zayd himself, subhanallah, look at his father. His father, he went with Waraq ibn Nawfal. His name, Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nafil. Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nafil, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, he will come on the day of judgment as ummah by himself. He will be by himself as ummah. He used to sit in the Kaaba because he went to Iraq and he went to Sham, and he was looking for the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Waraq ibn Nawfal, he was going with him, and Waraq ibn Nawfal became a Christian. That's why he told the Prophet ﷺ that this is the angel that came to the Musa alayhi salam before you, and I think he's the same angel that he's giving you the message. You are the final messenger of Allah. And in a way, Waraq ibn Nawfal, he died, but Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nafil, he did not take Christianity. He found it is not something wrong with it. And then he said to the priests, I do not take this religion. I want the religion of Ibrahim. And then the priests in Damascus, they told him, you are in a land that there is a prophet is coming soon there. And he's going to follow the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And they say he used to like pray according to the Salah Ibrahimiyya, like all the Salah the same way we are doing, not the Salah Ibrahimiyya, the one of Emirates today. Anyway, Zayd ibn Amr al-Nafil, if you do not know him, he is the person who used when he sees somebody of Quraysh, like taking his baby daughter when she's born, and he want to bury her, and then he take her from her father. He say, I'm going to adopt her. And then after the girl, she become in the time of marriage, he say to her father, if you like, you can take her and get her married, or I take her and get her married. And he say he saved more than 70 babies who are going to be killed, daughters, before Islam. When we look at Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, one of the Sahaba, let's say Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik. The Prophet ﷺ, his mother, she said to Rasulullah, I do not have any gift to give to you, Rasulullah. This is my son and he need to serve you. And then Sayyidina Anas, he served the Prophet ﷺ 10 years. And his mother, she said to the Prophet ﷺ, Rasulullah, make dua for him and his kids. And then the Prophet ﷺ, he made dua for Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik. And he said, oh Allah, give him a long life and give him barakah in his kids. They say Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik, he is the last one to die from the Sahaba. And he said, I see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of the barakah of the dua of Rasulullah, I see right now 125 kids of my own, of his own, coming from his own. Like most, they say that he got married and he had 80 kids, and then those 80 kids, they have their own, and only he has 2 daughters, Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu. His brother, Al-Bara ibn Malik, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, this person, like he's crazy, do not make him your Amir. Al-Bara ibn Malik, when it's time for the war, like very strange situation come to him, they say that he get unconscious, and then once he get unconscious, and then he wake up, they put their hand on him, so because he shake a lot, and then after he get conscious again, then they say we don't see any person fight like him. The time of Yamama, this is the Yamama is the battle of what? Yamama, the battle of Yamama. Huh? مع المسيلمة, yes. The war with Musaylima, the people of Musaylima, they say they are about 100,000 people. Some of them, they stay Muslims, and some of them, they become like 2/3 of them, they become murtad. Anyway, they fight the Muslims, and Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid was there, and he got into a big castle, and this castle, inside it, there is the Musaylima himself. And then the Sahaba, they cannot enter this castle, and it has high walls. And then Sayyidina Al-Bara ibn Malik, he said to the Sahaba, just carry me and throw me over them, and I will open the gate for you. And then subhanAllah, once they start, they throw him, like they carry him with the on a shield with the spears, and they push him up, and then he climbed, and then he went and he opened the door. They say once he opened the door, they saw him at this moment by fighting himself, all the people who are protecting the gate itself. Sayyidina Al-Bara ibn Malik, they say 80 cuts in his body, between a sword, a spear, and an arrow. Sayyidina, this Sahaba, what we are talking about today, we are learning from the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to take this religion as serious, and to try to act like the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like this Sahabi, when he heard Rasulullah, the Quran saying, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا ترفعوا أصواتكم How many people was hear this ayah and then somebody say a hadith to you or an ayah from the Quran, you say, no, this is not the meaning. I do not believe in this hadith. I do not believe in this ayah. SubhanAllah, some people sometimes they get weird when you explain to them what the Quran say and then they do not take it. Very strange. The other day somebody was asking about this ayah, the ayah in Surah Saba, and then I explained to him what does it mean, and somebody else explained to him what does it mean, and then subhanallah, the brother, he say, why Allah keep Sayyidina Sulaiman on the stick for a year and it's better to bury him? Now the Quran, he said the wisdom of this, he does not take it. SubhanAllah, sometimes my mind get blocked. I don't know what to say. This is what the Quran says, and they do not take it. This is a problem for some people when you tell them what they are supposed to do, and then they do not take it. It's like Salat al-Isha. Allah, alhamdulillah, jazakumullah khair for your coming today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send His rahmah over us and our kids and our families, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all the people of the Jannah, inshallah. Sallallahu wa sallam wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad.